I find it hard to believe that I am about to wed my beloved Augustus and become Lady Constance Drew McNeil, because I was born a boy. I was born Conrad Andrew Lexington, but events led me to discover the girl in me. I used to dress as a girl and have tea parties with my older sister Molly when we were younger, but she moved away, so I can no longer be her kid sister, Connie. It all started when Molly was 6 and I was 2. She had plenty of dresses in my size because Mama had saved Molly's clothes in case she ever had another girl. Little did she know it, but she did, me. I also had an older brother Paul, but he was married and had a family of his own before Molly and I were born. Mama and Daddy had tried for years to have more children, but only succeeded after Paul had married and had a son of his own, Paul Lester Lexington III, named after Daddy. Paul taught English and literature at Roosevelt High School, and his wife Marcia was the girls' coach in charge of the girls' athletic program and cheerleading. When Molly went to Westmore High School, she became a cheerleader and won an athletic scholarship, leaving me without my best friend for the first time in my life. Molly had left most of her clothes since they were old school uniforms and her old beauty pageant gowns, leaving me with a huge wardrobe to choose from. Mama knew about our dress-up time, but thought nothing of it since I was quite the jock. But only Molly knew that I wanted to be a girl, not a boy, so she's left her supply of birth control pills for me since she'd be getting a new prescription from the college's sports medicine doctor. So, on the day that she left, I took my first pill. I was lucky in that I looked just like Molly, just a bit flatter in the chest. I had been taking blockers ever since puberty thanks to Molly, but it wasn't until later that I learned why. Molly had been talking with our brother Paul and his wife Marcia about me. Marcia's parents were psychiatrists who specialized in treating transgender children, of which I was one. Under their careful guidance, Molly and our parents were giving me the blockers that I needed to keep me from going through a male puberty. As I went through puberty, I stayed small and wiry as my body obeyed its genetic programming and made me over into my older sister. I could pass as a girl who's yet started going through puberty, so I could easily wear Molly's junior high uniforms and get away with it. Molly had been gone for a week before my need to become Connie came over me. I went in my room and locked the door so that I could become Connie without interruption. I was wearing Molly's school uniform of a black sleeveless dress and matching panty with a white blouse, tights and black penny loafers. I had done my hair in a ponytail and added cute faux pearl studs in my ears when I opened my door and saw Mother standing there. She smiled, walked in and sat on my bed. Well, now I get to meet my other daughter. Come here, Connie. I want to see how good you are at being a girl. You know about me, Mama? Yes, your sister told us about how much you want to be a girl, like her. And your big brother Paul and his wife are willing to help you. Right now, you can easily pass as Molly when she was in Roosevelt Junior High, but I am sure that you want to be able to safely wear her Roosevelt High School uniforms and dresses, too. I looked at her as I sat by her. Mama, is there a reason that I look so much like Molly that I don't know about? Yes, you have been given blockers to keep you from going through a male's puberty. That is why you are so feminine. If you choose, you can stop taking the blockers and become a boy, or take hormones and become a girl. Your choice. I smiled. Mama, there is also the choice of the bodysuit to mold me over into a girl. According to my research, if I wear one with the blockers and hormones, I'll have a girl's plumbing and can become a mother. Is that what you want, to be a mother? Yes, mother, like you and Molly. She sighed. We can't get you a bodysuit, just yet. They must be specially ordered. But the breast forms and gaffs can be fitted today. Okay, what do I need to do? We need to go to see my gynecologist. Dr. Mercer has a complete line of enhancements. Enhancements? Yes, she also helps girls like you. Oh. Mama, why her? Why do you ask? Because there are those who would want to hurt me if they knew that I wanted to be a girl. Mama hugged me. Connie, I've known Ariel ever since high school. She has always wanted to be a doctor. She, like her daddy, have that special gift that lets them heal others. But since you are worried, ask her why she helps girls like you. Okay? Okay. We headed for the Lakeshore Medical Building where Dr. Ariel Mercer had her office. She was a tall, Amazonian beauty who could have played either Wonder Woman or Xena, the warrior princess. Ariel was wearing pink scrubs that did little to hide her beauty. When we entered her office, she smiled warmly. Welcome to my parlor, Connie. Are you ready to become as much of a woman as possible? I was flabbergasted, and she could tell by the way that I was imitating a fish out of water. Connie, I've told her about you. That's why we are meeting her. She knows people who can help you become a girl. I let out my pent-up breath in relief. Phew. I was wondering why you knew all about me. I thought that there was some sort of thought police and you were their accomplice, I sighed. She let out a hearty laugh. Thought police. You must read science fiction. I blushed. Yes, ma'am. I have a library full of novels thanks to Grandpa Willis. He gave me his collection, and I've been hooked ever since. She patted the couch cushion by her. Sit by me and tell me why you are so pessimistic about others finding out. I could tell by her warm and friendly manner that she was a friend and that I could trust her. I sat by her in a ladylike fashion, even though we were all girls. Connie, relax and tell Ariel what she wants to know. I nodded towards Mama. Ma'am, I've read on the internet about girls like me and how difficult it can be for them to transition, and some are even attacked and killed. Yes, unfortunately that happens all too often. But have you read about Petra? Yes, she's the German pop star who transitioned from a boy to a girl and is the youngest to have transitioned. Why do you ask? Because she is one of many who have successfully transitioned with the love and support of family and friends. Does your mother support you? Yes, and as far as I know, my friends do too. But I've yet to tell them, I admitted. Are there any boys or girls that you like? Well, not really. I've been afraid to open up to anybody. Do you think that your friends will accept the new you? I believe so. I've gone out as girl characters for Halloween when my sister Molly was still living with us and our friends all thought that I'd made a cute double of her. I told her as I passed her my wallet full of pictures of me and Molly together. Connie, are you ready to attend school as yourself? Only if I look like a girl and not a guy in a dress. Why? Because I want for everybody to meet me as I now am. I don't want to hide anymore. She smiled at me. Then it's high time that we get you outfitted with a set of proper breast forms and gaff. She led us back to a hidden room with a glass booth surrounded by monitors. Connie, strip and go into that booth so that I can get an exact template of your body. The booth will design your customized equipment and advice on any prescriptions. I stripped and entered the booth where I was thoroughly examined. I even saw on one monitor where my last meal was being digested. When the booth and monitors shut down, I was bathed in a mist that softened my body as well as caused my body hair to fall away, leaving me bald except for my mane of hair and eyebrows. Okay, Connie, step out and rinse off. Then put on the clothes on the table, instructed Ariel. I did as instructed, finding that a blast of warm air dried me after I rinsed. I put on the hospital gown and waited for them to come in. Here are your breast forms and gaff in this leotard. Once it is on, the equipment will settle in where it should, even handling your boy bits, so you need not tuck instructed Ariel. Too late, I already have, I giggled as I displayed my flat groin. I told you that my daughter would do it, Ariel. Pay up. Okay, dinner is my treat. How do you ladies feel about dinner at Morton's family restaurant? We chorused. I put on the flesh-tone leotard and felt my breasts grow as the forms molded to my chest and my groin grew flat as my boy bits were tucked up into my body and a vagina was formed. Connie, now you are effectively a girl. But anatomically, still a boy. You will need to take blockers to keep from having to shave. Can I have sex as a girl? Yes, but like a girl, you will need to practice proper hygiene or suffer the consequences. Only you can't get pregnant. Too bad, I sighed. Connie, exclaimed Mama. Well, I do want to be a real girl. I stated. When we got back home, Mama led me up to Molly's room. Connie, you now have your sister's clothing to wear. You can now live the life of a junior high school girl or a boy. Your choice. I looked down at my young body and knew that I wanted to grow up as a girl. I had often dreamed about doing what Molly had done. Mama, don't you think that Molly's teachers will wonder why I look so much like her? Why do you ask? What if they see me as a boy? Relax. You have nothing to worry about. You'll find that a lot of sisters look alike. She opened up Molly's high school yearbook and pointed out where many a sister could pass as each other. She even had me to read Teddy Aldenetti's story My Fair Lady, which set my mind at ease. My Fair Lady was a story about twins Tony and Fran and what happened to them. I saw a lot of myself in Tony as he became Tony and felt the love they shared. I can only hope that I can have that same kind of love. Mama, just how many actually know that I was born a boy? At Westmore High School, only the students that went to Westmore Middle School with you and the faculty. But the faculty agreed to support you and treat you as another girl as long as you can pass as a girl. Way cool, Mama. The next day, Mama wanted for us to go out for the day so that I could know what it's like to be a girl. Mama, what if the guys look at me? That's part of what being a girl entails. By going out to the mall, you get to have fun being a girl as we do some shopping and you get to meet the boys as the girl that you are. But what if the guys won't take a no for an answer? Do I have your permission to use martial arts to defend myself? Sensei Noyoka frowns on violence. Does he know about you wanting to be a girl? Yes, that's why he taught me moves suited to girls. Then protect yourself, and if you see another girl in trouble, help her. Okay. But I hope that I don't need to. I might break a nail, I giggled. I wore a peach sundress with matching sandals and white hose, and Mama's was lilac colored. We spent the day window shopping and getting me a few essentials when we met Augustus McNeil outside of Lane Bryant's. He looked great in his Letterman's jacket and jeans. He was the school's all-star athlete, yet a gentle soul. He had always stood up for the underdog and had many friends outside of the jocks. Hey, do I know you? Yes, you do. I'm Molly's kid sister, Connie. You can't fool me, Drew. I know that you're her brother, he chuckled. I started to cry when Mama spoke up. Young man. Are you about to tell about Connie? No way. In fact, I think that Connie is a great girl. I looked over at him in relief. You do? Yes, I have a cousin like you. She transitioned last year. My family has always supported her, so when I saw you, I decided to be your friend, if you will let me, that is, he sighed. Thanks, but won't that interfere with your being an athlete? Nee. I won that title at last year's school Olympics. I'm the first freshman to have done so. Then I'd be honored to call you my friend, I said as I pecked him on the cheek. Young man, are you going to be on the school's sports teams? Call me Gus, ma'am. And yes, I'm playing in every team. Ma'am. Just call me Mama, if you don't mind. My pleasure, since my parents are divorced and I live with Dad. Mama hugged him, which looked quite comical since he looked like a sequoia redwood being hugged by a tiny squirrel in comparison. You poor boy, when did it happen? He pulled her back and kissed her on the head, less than a month ago. They divorced because Mama got pregnant with another man's child. She's now with him and Dad has total custody of me. What about any property? Daddy sold the property in California to them. That's why we were able to purchase the condemned lot in the Tutwiler cul-de-sac and build our home there. Want a tour? Maybe later. Right now, Connie needs to do some shopping. Oh yes, a women's national sport, he laughed. I started to get mad at him, but Mama stayed my retort. So, you must have been dragged along on more than a few of your mother's shopping expeditions. Yes, and when I was way younger, was dressed as a girl. Why? I had a neighbor who was a girl, we would dress as each other for fun. My parents thought that it was cute, so whenever I was in girl mode, I was her daughter, Tessie. So, you know what it's like to be me, I stated. Yes, and when it's cold, I indulge myself and wear tights under my jeans and thermals. Doesn't Coach Reynolds frown on that? No, just as long as they are in the school colors, or white or skin tone. Have you ever seen the football players during a game? If you look, you'll see them wearing tights. Way cool! After dinner, Mama and I went to Molly's old bedroom and went through her wardrobe to pick out the clothes that she wanted sent to her. It wasn't many, just a few dresses still in the original boxes that she couldn't pack away in her Ford Bronco. I modeled the rest of the wardrobe and let Mama use chalk to denote where adjustments were to be made. Mama knew how to sew, knit and crochet, and had taught me and Molly, but Mama was the best at it. She had made most of our clothes. We never had to purchase anything that a sewing machine could make. That night I went to bed wondering about my future. I had 4 years of high school to go through before graduating. I couldn't decide what clubs to join. The next morning, Mama sat me down. Have you thought about your schooling? Yes, I have, I sighed. Troubled? Yes, I know that I'm smart, like Molly is, and that she excelled at most everything. How do I keep the teachers from seeing me as her? Molly was into sports. You like cheering, dance, drama, and no doubt will enter into the school's beauty contests. So, I doubt that you'll have that much of a problem. As much as you two look alike, your personalities are polar opposites. Thanks, Mama. I followed my heart and became a cheerleader and later, a dancer, as well as acted in the school's plays and entered the beauty contests. I made a name for myself and earned enough scholarships to become a research scientist/engineer. Gus and I got to know each other and before long, became engaged. The engagement lasted all through high school and college, with me losing my virginity to him just after our first Christmas together. That led to my complete transition into womanhood as the equipment fused to me and released nanites that made me genetic woman, which led to me appreciating what women go through and my using feminine hygiene products. From a boy who found the girl inside thanks to tea parties with my sis to becoming a woman, I have become who I was meant to be.